Hi, I'm State Representative Marla Brown from District 9, and I'm here at the PA Farm Show again this year, and I'm so excited to be with Olivia Kaltenbach, who I met last year because she was on the Farm Show committee, and this year we're so excited because she's from our district. She's actually the honeybee queen. So, Olivia, it's good to see you again. Tell me a little bit about your new role.
Yeah, so this year I am the 2025 Pennsylvania State Honey Queen. So my job is to promote Pennsylvania beekeeping, as I am through the Pennsylvania State Beekeepers Association. So I am the voice for beekeeping as an industry, and to really show an educational side to beekeeping, and what all different products can come from that, as well as there are so many that people are not aware of, like the beeswax candles or even just honeycomb itself. So I'm here at the Farm Show between the Learning Center. We have a marketplace, and we also have our honey sweetened ice cream and waffles. So I'll be buzzing around between those three places all week.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so good. And I'm so intrigued by this because my husband has been wanting to house bees on our property. So tell me a little bit about the challenges of getting involved with beekeeping.
So there are a lot of different moving parts that you need to understand before you jump into beekeeping. There's a lot of different things, like the rabbit hole I went down on bee behavior was not something I ever thought I was going to go down, but there's just so much you have to understand about, what types of bees are in your hive, like your queen, your worker, your drone. They all have different jobs, they all have different needs. So, understanding those, like something where we do the educational pieces on it at the Culinary Connection stage when we do extracting demonstrations. And you also have your extracted honey. So the bees are gonna make your honey. Eventually they're gonna fill up the boxes with them. So you have to make more room for them. So what do you need to do with that honey? Learning how to extract the frames, and then once you empty them out, give them right back to the bees, and they'll fill them on up for you. So there's a bunch of different concepts and moving parts to learning to beekeep.
Yeah, and it sounds like a lot of work. But I know a lot of people in our district actually do it. So is there something behind us that you can explain to us, like what's going on here?
Yeah, so behind us here, we have two observation hives. So we have two different colonies, and they are in observation hives. So these are different than what a typical beehive would look like, or a bee box. So these are designed so that they are two-sided. The public can see both sides of the frames, and they can see both sides of the comb. And then the queen can hang out on whichever side of the frame she chooses. They also have a space where they can fly in between. So we have tubes that connect, and they go into a fly box with mesh so that the bees are safe. They can't escape, but they can hang out and they can fly around in there as well, get some space if they need some from their little cramped box. So they can hang out in there, and then they're separated by mesh, so the colonies don't get upset with each other that they're in each other's space, and they can go separate back on their happy ways.
So I was talking to the beekeeper earlier, and he was saying that the queen bee used to live a very long time, maybe 30 some years, but now they're living very short periods of time, like 3 to 5 years. Why is that?
So that's a very interesting concept, and a lot of it, I think, is the fact that we're coming from a natural environment, and we're bringing them into a more controlled environment. So bringing them into a controlled environment can it can pose some really good things, but it can also bring in some negative things as well. So some things like we're having trouble with right now are mites. Some things coming into the hives. Mice can get into the hives if they're in a good spot for it. So like I said, there are good things to bringing them in, and keeping them almost, I don't want to say domesticated, but keeping them contained, and there are also those negative things. So
Understandable. Well, it's obvious you're very knowledgeable about this, and I'm so proud of you to be representing Lawrence County here at the PA State Fair, and I really appreciate you taking some time with us today.
Yeah, well, thank you as well. I was really excited to get to meet with you again this year after being on the junior committee. So I was very excited to get to talk with you again.
Thank you, and I think I'll go grab some of that honeycomb ice cream.
Oh, you might have to. You might have to. We have 5 different flavors, so pick your flavor.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much.